The topic of my presentation is monetizing the quality of life initiative and introducing the social infrastructure for the urban growth. So there is a lot of new development coming up. Some of the biggest mega project in the world is happening in Saudi now. And one of the key things which I will focusing today is that how introduction of social infrastructure, which doesn't cost a lot, can increase the value of the property in the end between 15 to 45%. The communities development is, we do have a lot of villa development and other thing in Saudi, but the community development is a new concept. So the presentation and the data presented here is a research done by Colliers and my team for last 15 years in the entire Middle East region. We looked at communities by communities in different cities. Majority of them is out of Dubai and in Cairo. And this is the actual data which will be presenting it. So this report, which will be available for you both in English and Arabic after this presentation, the whole report is written by myself and my colleague Mariam. She is sitting with in the audience. So this is the report was written by us. So I think the important message is first is that to enhancing the quality of life and what define as a happy city. So what's the definition of quality of life and what is a happy city? So if you look at the different global benchmarks and other happy cities, when you are looking at it, you start with the national level and look at the climate, pollution, goods and services, what is happening politically, and hard infrastructure. There's a lot of emphasis, I think last month when there was COP28 was happening in Dubai, and that was the main thing, climate change and all these things, there was a lot of emphasis on that. Then at city level, you look at the quality of life, that how easy the transportation, the quality of the air, the availability of water and other, the healthcare, the schools and education, recreation facilities, and public services, which could be anything from cleaning of the road, picking the garbage, and keeping everything clean and tidy. And then at individual level, you are looking at what kind of disease, especially with the COVID happening 3 years back. There's a lot of emphasis on that what if there is another pandemic, how you're going to safeguard yourself. Physical remoteness, which is again a new trend coming out of COVID, and a lot of companies still work a couple of days from home on weekly basis, or you don't need to be in the same city where you are basically working. Personal happiness, mental well-being is another important factor, and the lower crime rate. That is one of the things which is distinguish most of the cities in the region, including Riyadh, Jeddah, and other, compared to other cities in the world where the crime rate is very low. Then when we are looking at the city-wise, other things which are coming, the new trend which is being applied in many of the new mega projects in Saudi is the walkability, smart city, local support for local businesses. Especially it is very relevant for a country like Saudi, unlike other GCC countries where majority of the population is Saudi national, not expats. So how you support the local businesses and local families to grow your own businesses, and availability of the green space. And all these things make a happy citizen and a happy city and a happy country, which in the end enhance the productivity and enhance the economy of the country. I will not go these things in detail. You will be having this report after that. So I think important thing is there's a lot of emphasis when master planning is happening and everything at that stage is that how to make a project beautiful, how to make it, the buildings beautiful, design-wise and everything. But the focus should be, and I think most of you are already doing that, is not on the building or property. It should be on the people who will be living there, working there, or basically entertaining there. So that's why the thing is that return on investment is depend upon people, not on the property, not just on the property. Property is one aspect, but if you make even extremely expensive development, but if the people who are living there or working there are not happy, that property return on investment will go down. So whenever you are looking or developing a property, please look at who will be your customer and what they likes. That's the most important thing. That will going to enhance the value of your property. So when we are talking about what makes people happy, equality, education, health, social support, the surrounding where you work or live, generosity of the neighbor and the government, safety is very important, freedom, and ease of living or working. That is basically are the key component which makes an individual happy. And what makes a place to become a happy place where people be happy? So water and air quality, hard infrastructure. This is I'm talking about more of a city level, but on a bigger master plan levels also. So soft infrastructure, open spaces, housing, and how the housing is made, and I'm going to touch base on that in the later slides. Job condition and creation, community attachment, how people are living as a stranger or they are attached to each other in a community. Diversity of the offering, you don't want to build same type of housing. If there are 2,000 housing, it's just not the number of rooms should be increased or decreased. There should be different sort of a design and offering which will keep the thing attractive. And digitalization is becoming one of the very important factor now. So quality of life, in summarize, if we talk about, we are talking about provision of community offering, which include government offices, hospitals, schools, and everything. Presence of retail and F&B, which the community likes, not just what is available in the market, but which community likes. Inclusion of leisure and entertainment facilities, public RAM and safe environment, parking spaces in a city like Riyadh, where although there will be a metro, but still the main transport mode remain driving the cars. What kind of festival and events you are arranging during the year? So there is a lot of places now, they basically give you a full year calendar which will be happening in the community. The green and open spaces, the walkways, less congestion, road access and connectivity. This is very important because sometimes the community is very big and just to go out from your house to the main gate, it may take you 20 minutes or so. So there should be multiple access and exit roads are there. And from your house to the going out from the community should not be 5 minutes to 7 minutes. How vibrant is the community and quality of urban setting and provision of other support service which can be made, which can be other sort of a support service. All these things basically improve the quality of life. And I'm going to come back how you're going to benefit as a developer, because most of the people in this forum is investors and developers. So that's we talking about the social infrastructure and price premium, that 1 + 1 is not 2. You spend less money, but you gain more when you sell it to or rent it to customers. So there are two type of premiums which you can get on the properties in a community. One is, which we talk about, the tier 1 premium, which is basically the entrance and exit, the commercial and retail uses in a residential community, availability of schools and clinics and hospital depending upon the size of the community, how much open spaces you have it, what is the developer brand. There are a lot of developers are basically developing their brand in here, but if you look at one of the oldest developers is Emaar in Dubai. When Emaar sell a property, normally they just because of Emaar, because they have a track record and other, normally their price is 15 to 20% higher compared to their competitors. So developing a developer brand in the long run really help you. So don't look at that you will build it and sell it and you are out of it. But you are building the brand because next time when you build it, sell it first, the absorption will be higher and the price will be higher. And master plan proximity to facilities. So the way you do the master planning, don't put all the facilities in one corner. Depending upon how big is the master plan, you need to have multiple facilities which need to be easily accessible to the people who are living in that community. Unit layout, and I'm going to touch base on that also. There's very important that all units should not be just like, the variation should not be just 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, or 4 bedroom, or 5 bedroom, how they look like, because how the big are the rooms and all those things, they are really basically important. What kind of facilities are there, which is pools and gyms and other things. So that's basically the tier 2, and we'll touch base on that, give you the real data that how these different tier 1 and tier 2 give you the premiums. So on overall basis, if you apply and build the right infrastructure, you can get a price premium which is minimum 15% and maximum 45%. This is based on hardcore data which Colliers has collected over a period of almost 15 to 18 years in the region, not from US or Europe or Asian other places. So all these public parks, brand, community, retail, school, sport facilities, healthcare, and walkability can increase the price and the rent of a community by 15 to 45%. The details are there. As I said, that you will get this report. And I touch base on few things now. So either in Jeddah and Dammam and other places where you do have a, sea is there or water is there, or in cities like Riyadh where artificial lakes and other things are being created, or water view and proximity to beach or a water, lake and other, that is whether it is even artificial but sizable lake, the premium is 10% to 30%. Public community and the parks, how big is the parks and other, normally a big master plan, almost 50% goes to open spaces and other. That will give you a minimum 5 to 20% premium. Now, a lot of golf courses and polo clubs and equestrian clubs and other things are being developed in the region. The golf courses, which are a lot of them across the region, and there are a lot of residential development around it. A golf course will give you 15 to 20% premium on sale of the price and rental income also. Equestrian, 5 to 20%. This is something which is really, horses are part of the Arab culture and everything, and that is now becoming, people are converting that. We have worked around 10 plus equestrian club, which was a private equestrian club, but now they are commercializing it and making it a different villas and other things around it. So that will give you around 5 to 20%. And overall, how far or how close is the community, the accessibility, and whether it's a community or it's a destination, that will give you another 10 to 30%. So all in all, you will get 15 to 45% premium if you basically put all these things in the right quantity and right order. Tier 2 is basically, we are talking about now the thing which I'm talking about, the unit sizes and the layout. So it is very important that you should do some sort of a consumer survey, especially if you're making a big community but because people are looking now, what is not the 5-bedroom, what are the sizes of the bedroom? Well, I mean, a lot of people have parents and other, they want a proper, not a guest room, a proper bedroom on the ground. Still, there is a lot of companies and other where work from home is still available. So should you have a small dedicated study which can be used as work from home. So all these things, layouts and other, whether you should have, depending upon the number of bedrooms, you should have 2 cars or 3 cars, parking space, outdoor gym, indoor gym. These all things are very important. We have worked on several such communities development, and that really help you to increase the value of your property and absorption also. Now, the walkability and green spaces another. You can actually get 9%, 4 to 6% premium, and overall, if it is rightly done in a community, because it requires a lot of maintenance cost later on, you can get around 4 to 33% premium. And these are all hardcore number, actual data which we have collected from different communities in the region. So this is basically a garden view or close to a garden or park. You get additional 4 to 6% premium if your house is located close to a garden or a park, basically. That's an additional revenue you get. Retail and F&B is becoming very important, but the right retail and F&B, not the thing that you just put McDonald's and all those sort of things. What people likes and what is healthy, that is becoming very important. And you can get around 15 to 20% premium having it's not the size, it's having the brand which are required by the community. That will give you around 15 to 20% premium. And you need to go dig, it's not the sizes I said, you need to go and dig what kind of fast food they need, what kind of formal dining they need, what other children retail is required, what kind of groceries require, whether the grocery is targeting the mid-income segment, high-income segment, or low-income segment. So that will give you another 15 to 20% premium. A very important factor, which is we publish a separate report also a couple of weeks back on K-12 education in Riyadh and in Saudi and Riyadh. One of the important thing is the schools and the right school. You need to look at who will be living in this community, what would be their spending power on education, how many kids they have it. I mean, the general norm is that you pay around 10 to 15% of your income goes into education. But if the family size is, family has 4 kids or 5 kids, then it's only become, and even if they're earning 100,000 per month, then it's only become like 20,000 per annum. which they are basically spending on education on per kid. Whereas if you have a 2 kid, you will have a premium school where you can send your kids to 50,000 real school. So I think that is very important, that selecting us, not having a school, but what should be the curriculum, what should be the tuition fees, and who is your target market. That is very important, and that gives you 10 to 15%. Another important factor based on our research is that normally if the school is good, you have a longer, those who are living as their permanent home, that's another story. But even if you are getting a tenants, they stay in that community for full 10 or 12 years till their kids are graduated from that school. So you will have a longer and more stable tenancy and a higher rent also. So this is very important thing. We are working with at least 10 plus schools from the region and internationally who are looking to expand into Riyadh market and other markets, and we'll be happy to discuss with you after this presentation if there is a requirement. Metro, hopefully soon the metro will be up and running. You get around 500-meter walking distance. You get around 10 to 15% higher rent, sale price, occupancy. If your residential or office is 5 to 15 minute, 500 meter away from the metro station, you get 10 to 50. Even the shopping malls and other, they benefit if there is a link of the metro station to those malls. So that is very important. We have worked with our Singapore office and Hong Kong office to do TOD development, lot of TOD development projects. So that will become quite an important factor. And so in the end, basically, making a destination is like a chef, that you need to put the right ingredient and put in the right quantity and cook to the right heat level or the time. So we'll be happy to discuss with you how to help you to make a community or the development into destination, and how to increase the value of that destination. And this report with the organizers will be available for you both in English and Arabic after this presentation. Thank you very much.